You may have heard of a little game called Acquitted by Nordic Empire Games. It was all the rage around the time when Kyle Rittenhouse was, well, acquitted of murder after the judge ruled that he had acted in self-defense as he shot a paedophile, a wife-beater, and a violent looter who had assaulted him, quite obviously so as well. One of them was armed with a pistol, another one had already bowled Kyle Rittenhouse to the ground, and a third had hit him over the head with a skateboard. The verdict, in my opinion, was as inevitable as the dishonourable opposition's outcry of injustice at its announcement. There was a lot of butthurt leftists during the time, and a lot of butthurt leftists today as well, as Acquitted was made in reaction to it, as the game's creators refer to it as a satirical, fast-paced zombie shooter hack and slash with elements of base building and turret defense. The satirical elements are not necessarily subtle, shall we say. It's fairly on the nose, and that is by design, undoubtedly, as well, as it is a satirical, politically oriented meme game, which, well, pretty much relies on the left wing's butthurt outrage to gain a platform, to gain buzz and be talked about, which is, well, not something I am necessarily happy about myself, but that's not what we're going to talk about here today. Rather, we're going to talk about the fact that the game was taken down by a video gaming sales site by the name of Fanatical, who had included the game in their Killer Bundle 23, and they decided to remove it after a, well, apparently handful of people were, once more, butthurt about it, coping, seething, and quite possibly moulding as well. The company almost immediately decided to cave to peer pressure, as apparently they didn't realize the ties that Acquitted had with Kyle Rittenhouse. Which, again, is, impressive, frankly. Once more. The satire here is fairly blunt, shall we say. This is obviously Kyle Rittenhouse on screen here, obviously shooting a bunch of brain-dead leftist zombies as he is acquitted of murder, and at the end of every level, he is charged with murder again, has to go back in the courthouse to be acquitted yet again, after which the zombie holocaust continues. The supposed idea that the gaming seller was unaware of the meaning behind the game is difficult to swallow. Far more likely is, of course, the almost certain reality that they simply just threw the game into the bundle because, who cares, just bundle that up with a bunch of other stuff, and there we go, let's see if anybody buys it, not having looked twice at the titles they actually included. So that's a double strike against Fanatical there, in my opinion. One, they're cancel culture little shills who will remove a game because of its ties with Kyle Rittenhouse, which raises an interesting question. Why precisely is that a problem, Fanatical? He is a boy who did literally nothing wrong, legally speaking. He is innocent as far as the United States legal system is concerned, so your only possible objection against him must be your political bias, then. That plus they don't give a shit about the bundles they throw together. Yeah, Fanatical is not coming out of this looking particularly great now, are they? And as the creators of Acquitted are saying here, stop cancel culture and support freedom of speech, which I absolutely agree with, which is why I'm making this video, because here's the thing. I decided to not cover the game when it first came out because, well, it's a political, satirical meme game. I don't necessarily find this particularly valuable, if I'm to be entirely honest. It looks to me like the kind of game you'd see on Newground back in the day, the kind of game I would play mindlessly as I was bored out of my mind in school many years ago. The animations are stiff, shall we say, as the Kyle Rittenhouse figure literally just moves in perfect angles around the screen. The satire is blunt, shall we say. It doesn't really deliver all that much in a message or argument for self-defense. It's just there to kill brainless zombies. And hey, to be fair as well, I haven't played the game, maybe it's a whole lot of fun. They mention all kinds of different weapons and power-ups, and you can see someone up in the corner there. Maybe it's a great fun. I don't know, but to me it has limited political value, shall we say, beyond the ability to piss the ever-loving life shit off of a bunch of people who, can't seem to stop being, coping, seething, and molding about literally goddamn anything and everything. However, that does not mean that the game does not have a reason to exist, or doesn't have a right to exist. There are plenty of left-wing leading games just like this. Like, for example, that's a little game where you needed to save President Rump from being assassinated. You were playing a bodyguard, you need to run out on stages, dodging various obstacles in the way, and throw yourself in front of the very obvious Trump, with the very obvious cultural commentary in the background. I believe there was a level like Save Starving Chillionaires or something like that, which is ironic because Trump wasn't really a rich man's president, but oh well, details. Or what was the other one? Tonight We Riot. That received an absolute assload of attention from, the usual sort when it first came out, and then kind of died and fell off the grid. And this is, well, much the same thing, I'd say. 688 reviews, overwhelmingly positive, of course. It's undoubtedly had a nice little bump in sales due to this, and hey, it has every right and reason to exist, even if, once more, I don't necessarily find tremendous value in it, personally. What I do find value in, however, is the commentary here. We do not realize the ties the game had to Kyle Rittenhouse. Again, you should not be worried at all about the ties that it has to a literally innocent person. And cancelling it after a few hundred people complained at most, it shows a distinct lack of spine and balls, if anything. Or, well, to be fair, let's check out their Twitter account here. Let's see if note 213 likes top. So yeah, a pathetic handful of people were butthurt about this and decided to make it an issue, and Fanatical decided to bend the knee almost immediately, suggesting to me that you're not actually particularly fanatical about games. More lukewarm and pussyfooted would be my interpretation, but oh well. Minor insignificant details and all that. So I would probably recommend that if you have been a customer of Fanatical, maybe reconsider. It doesn't seem like they are necessarily worthy of your money or your clientship. But take that for what it is. Until next time, I have been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.